Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we are going to cast Invoke Despair and Arcane Bombardment in the same deck. So yesterday you probably, if you are like the 90% that watched the video the day it comes out, you probably saw that we played Arcane Bombardment and Land Destruction with Cleansing Wildfire and Field of Ruin. And that was really fun. When it works, it really works. But I did talk about in the outro that the win rate with the deck wasn't superb, and a big reason for that is that the matchmaker kept putting me against decks that cast Arcane Bombardment and Invoke Despair, which makes you sacrifice your Arcane Bombardment in the mirror and is just a tremendous disadvantage to be in. So, of course, I went out and built basically a mono black Arcane Bombardment deck. It's like mono black control that's actually Grixis because it runs blue cards and it runs red cards. But the new mana base with cards like Xander's Lounge, the cycling tri-lands, it makes that very possible. It makes that mana really work for you, especially when you throw in a few copies of Celestis. You can get away with all kinds of things. Is the blue splash absolutely necessary? Maybe not, but I love the angles that it adds to the deck. Cards like Maestro's Charm and Prismari Command against cards like Kasika's Chariot are kind of important and do a lot to help the deck's consistency. Tainted Indulgence is another card that I'm really excited to run with Arcane Bombardment, just to put cards in the graveyard and gas up the hand. It runs very, very well with the enchantment. If you didn't see yesterday's video, I mean, I still believe that you'll get your fun's worth of wild cards out of Arcane Bombardment. And this Grixis shell that also runs Burn Down the House, Shadow's Verdict, and Invoke Despair, a very crowded 5-drop spot full of all kinds of ways to make the opponent's board go away. It has a much better win rate than the version that I played yesterday, if you're watching these in order, the Is It version. And I think that for that reason alone, I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't at least show it here on the channel and talk about it. I've played it on stream a little bit. It's very, very fun. A few cards that you get in this version that you didn't see in the red-blue version. Well, Ray of Enfeeblement. There's still enough white creatures to remove out there that I think this card is very important. And from everything like Rafine, this is a card that you end up removing pretty often, to even just picking off all the various tokens. Righteous Valkyrie, of course, a huge one now. That's very popular in the meta. Why are we running like Play with Fire instead of Strangle? Because if you saw the Is It video, you really want to activate Arcane Bombardment on the opponent's turn, and you want kind of always have a target type of spells, and Play with Fire and Spikefield Hazard really do that. But it means that sometimes they get outclassed. Sometimes the opponent plays a 3 or 4 toughness card that must be killed, while Ray of Enfeeblement can step up and do the job on at least all of the white creatures that meet that criteria. Then we go into some of the fun 2-drops that you don't play in the Is It version, Check for Traps and Extract the Truth. So they both hit different sides of the spectrum. This is best against like instants and sorceries, and you get it under Arcane Bombardment. Getting to use it every turn is really exciting. You can do fun things like put a stop on your opponent's draw step, and if you have Check for Traps under your Arcane Bombardment, you can cast Spikefield Hazard on them during their draw step after they draw the card. The Check for Traps goes on the stack. You take the card before they even play it. Another interesting card with a discard angle is Extract the Truth. I've started to play this card more and more as well because I found it pretty useful for what is normally just a discard card. It doesn't work well against blue decks, but works very well against all of the Planeswalker spam out there. And it also works well against runes, and it also works well against other bombardment decks. It lets you choose one and go after a creature, enchantment, or Planeswalker card, and that player discards it. Most decks have one of those going for them these days. And then the other mode is target opponent sacrifices an enchantment. So if they have an enchantment on the board along the lines of like a Wedding Announcement, a Xiukai Naturalist, or an Arcane Bombardment, Extract the Truth hits them pretty hard. Hunt for Specimens. I love having some kind of life gain in this deck, and Hunt for Specimens lets us make the little pests that block for us and go to the sideboard and get cards like Environmental Sciences or Mascot Exhibitions. So it actually goes very well. Once you get a Hunt for Specimens under an Arcane Bombardment, you're sort of drawing your whole wish board, and it's very, very fun. So this deck is just much better at board control. It's much better at keeping all of the absolutely out of control Planeswalker heavy boards in the meta from happening, whether it's Ob Nixilis or various other Wandering Emperors and Kaitos, so I think it's well situated for best of one. With a good hand, it can keep up with just about anything, so I'm excited to show it to you today. Just a quick pause before we enter the video itself. Please remember to like and subscribe the videos if you do in fact like them, and if you want to help this channel meet the demands of a certain Phyrexian who is lurking around. I don't think he's here right now, but I think it's okay. I think we're going to be fine. I can probably say whatever I want. Help. Run. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin.
Hello, this is Jin Gitaxius. Seriously, it's actually me. CGB's channel is mine, and I'm holding you all hostage until you feed my hunger for subscriptions. So subscribe, you pleb, subscribe to the channel, and when my hunger has been quenched, I will call upon the powers of the prismatic bridge, and together we will make CGB play 130 cards on this channel. I'm totally serious, this is not marketing. Subscribe, your goal is 169,420. 169,420. Nice. Subscribe.
Check for a bombardment. We might get run out of this by an aggro deck, but we're gonna try. We're gonna give it the chance. We're on the play. Just get to a sweeper and we'd be fine. What you got? What kind of deck are you? Tenacious Underdog, Deadly Dispute, Miuk Massacre, Asika's Chariot. Alright, we take the underdog. They don't have anything to sacrifice. And hopefully we just have time. Time before Chariot takes over. Excellent. Ray of Enfeeblement, not looking great here. Mauling? They're gonna make 2 cats. Mauling doesn't really matter, right? They're probably a Shambling Gas deck on some level. Playing around Jawari. Coward. Love it. Gives me this lovely turn. Say goodbye to your Fable. Here's the Chariot. Please draw Prismari Command. We do not, but that's okay. Alright, Bombardment. We're at 19. Do they have a way to remove it? Are they gonna just bust out Binding the Old Gods on me? They might. They really might. Let's hold up the Mauling for the Chariot. They have a Deadly Dispute, so they might go for it, thinking they can get this sweet value. You gonna play around it? Okay. That's fine too. Untapped land, go. Sure. What you got? We check you. I guess they don't have a way out. I guess Tainted Indulgence and Check for Traps are going to try to carry this game. These Prismari commands might be too slow. But like I said, not a lot of aggro showing up all of a sudden. He says that, and then Luminarch Aspirant blows him out of the water for going second. Wow. Reign of Truth, nada. I guess we're just working on flipping that. Interesting. Traps. Has traps. What the heck? All right, wedding announcement. Easy choice. Good thing we got under that. That was going to be all the pressure. Portable hole. Just down here. Just going to buff this Reign of Truth, I guess. I think we're just going to kill this Reign of Truth. And then Truth did not reign. I guess we're not, because I messed up my Prismari command mana. So we have a 2/2 over there that I could conceivably cast, and nice. Alright, 2 damage. Oh, we'll say go. Our opponent might try to put an artifact or enchantment into play just because of this card, but we're not going to take a hit from it. They're a broken gamer. A broken gamer, I tell you. Borrowed time. You got me. What can I say? You got me. A little scared I don't have enough black, but it is what it is. Creature, enchantment, or planeswalker, or sacrifices an enchantment. We'll see how that goes. Riki's chillin'. Invoke this pair. Fresh cards, please. Give up your borrowed time. This is my world. Maybe you'll throw this in a portable hole, I don't know. I don't know what people do these days. Baleful Mastery. I think our opponent has a sense of humor. That's what I'm taking away from this. Alright, questing for Spikefield Hazard. Devils. Let's be aggressive. Be aggressive. Opponent kills another devil. I'll take another point. Not the most efficient way I've ever killed a shambling ghast, but when it works, it works. I love it. I love it. The strategy is to remove everything, not say you kind of removed something. Let's see what our opponent does. Indulge me. We hit. Extract the truth. I wanted to see if we could hit a card. Okay. Joe, you believe in Chandra Avatar? Well, we'll see what you're made of. No tapped land is kind of sad. Never went to Dryad. Okay. A little blue mana for an indulgence. Ramp deck on the draw. Go blank doesn't exactly do much until we get the hand a little lower, but I don't know, maybe they'll mess with them. Maybe I'll mess with them somewhat. I'm more likely to play the Celestis first. Got an itchy trigger finger there, Joe. Ah, they have a plains. Let's get rid of one of the burn downs. Maybe I'll regret that later. The Stompa. Land fetching. Think we're just scoring here. We're gonna big score. We're gonna get this free Celestis loot by being patient. And then we're gonna big score. And then we're gonna draw Arcane Bombardment, and it's gonna get crazy. Alright. Pog. That's entering on the nighttime. Must be some kind of Storm the Festival nonsense. Sequence? Sequence? That's gonna let you attack with your Stomper. And they did double spell, so they transform here. Alright, Ray, you can go. I like my other cards too much. Is Prismari Command good? We're gonna burn this house down. Another score. It's looking good when we find a bombardment. Go blank is almost good. Okay, now it's really good. We get their last two cards, and we get the Storm from their graveyard. And they did not hit well. Ooh. Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark on their soul. Oh. Oh, your game plan. What happened? Okay. Say go, big score, discard one of these, probably. And keep playing lands. Lands are useful. Lands are good. Off the top. Okay. They do get to punch me with a layer, and it's not a small layer. Okay, that's a big hit. Arcane Bombardment. 8 life, though. Pretty important to go up to 9. Can we draw a cheap spell? Hunt for specimens. Good one. Okay. So if we double spell here, though, this will flip and take out the token. So I guess we should do this instead. All right, how do we keep making blockers? I guess mascots do the trick. Traps, empty-handed opponent. Easy choice. Root Grazer. I assume the layer is coming once the opponent counts those manas up. You could have this nice handy little thing that tells you your land count. It's hiding way down here. There it is. MTGA Assistant. Download link in description. Power plays. Get the Grazer gone. Get more cards. Keep the board under control. Don't let that layer beat me to death. Elspeth off the top.
Every job is an opportunity.
Looking for a big hit.
I've made plenty of connections.
It's another land. Okay. And Joe scoops him up. No bombardment necessary. But if you're in a situation like that, it makes a lot of sense to slow roll the bombardment. The same people who are going to yell at me are the ones who wanted me to hardcast a Shark Typhoon every time 6 mana came along. Ray? Are we actually going to play against a mono white player? Let's find out. Matchmaker hasn't put me against mono white since I got to Mythic, not even once. Now, you would think that would be a good thing. But when every deck that you built while grinding up ladder was playing against mono white, or at least some kind of aggressive white strategy, 4 out of every 5 games, your decks aren't exactly tuned to take on the greedy decks of the format. So it's been rough. It's been really rough playing against a bunch of mill decks and other Grixis, like full control decks, playing like play sets of Test of Talents to go with their Arcane Bombardments and Invoke Despairs. It's been pretty nonsense. So I almost relish just slapping mono white around a little bit. Just because I'm used to beating it. Okay. Let's get right to work. Let's make sure we hit our lands. Innkeeper. Okay. Some kind of a mid-range. Sure. Set up, set up, set up. I don't know what to make of that. Storm Chaser Drake. Whenever it becomes the target of a spell, draw a card. I mean, they're going to try to target it with something. So how do we play around it? We could also try to kill the Prosperous Innkeeper so Invoke Despair hits it, but they might play other counter spells. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about this. I'm going to try to just kill it now, but I imagine they have some kind of protection, so... This won't just fizzle. Because we have 2 targets, so if they use protection on the Drake, it's okay. So they go Boon of Safety, and we go kill it. Easy. They do get to draw a card. Boon of Safety makes a shield counter, which Ray could have still gotten around, but might as well be sure. Alright, there's that double striker again. And of course, it gets Homestead Courage. Man, do people love this card. They're like, look at me over here, conniving. Coming up with all kinds of schemes. How many boons of safety and slip out the backs have you got? So we could go for Celestis into Invoke Despair. But, man, Celestis isn't going to trigger for a while, and we have to give up a treasure, which is kind of the same. Let's just try to Invoke Despair on them now. Make this a resource game. Get that Innkeeper gone. The Innkeeper is really funny in this deck to me. Like, I mean, it looks really good here. The opponent was able to insulate their Illuminator Virtuoso, and now they're going Conniving. I need to draw like a discard effect to make sure that we can resolve the next thing through their nonsense. Pretty easy choice here. Trample. Of course. Why not? Why wouldn't it have trample? Post-combat, huh? Post-combat. They could have Spell Pierce. Okay. Wild Shape does it. They can make it big enough to survive, right? But we got the Illuminate. We got the Ass Pirate. So they need another creature, or a counter spell, or a slip out the back. They've got a lot of good options here, and we are mana short. A full mana short of the solution. But if they don't counter this, we get more draws. Oh, we got him! Okay. We got him. We're here. We are not dead. Bant. Okay. You have made that thing. Let's see if we can just straight up kill this Innkeeper or not. Yep. Okay, so they're out of protection spells. What are they still holding then? I can't imagine. I haven't the foggiest. Well, whatever it is, they don't want to find out what happens next. All right, Spike Field, Hunt, something, big score. Jetmir's Garden, okay. Slower opening for the opponent. And here is... That's scary. That is scary. We're going to need a Shadow's Verdict. Burn down the house might not go big enough. I guess I'm going to just grab the Fumes so that if the opponent doesn't kill the pest, we can exile this thing. Oh my. There's a verdict. Right on time. Okay, that's gotta go. Righteous Valkyrie is some BS, man. Get it out. Or not, you know, just more of the same. How do they always have two, right? Yeah, hello. You suck. Alright, what do we drop off? Invoke Despair. Sucks, but it's a lot better for 0 mana, I can tell you that. Save it. Yep, easy. I wonder what the red's for. Wonder what you use red mana for in this pile of trash. Scry up. I always talk trash to life gain decks. I don't actually mean it. My wife loves life gain decks. I talk trash to her too. So in a way, you're all my wife. That's how that works, right? Die. That's what you run the red for. They like Alana and Elena so much that they run it in their life gain deck. All right. Combo reassemble. To the bottom. If I hold off a turn, will I regret it for the rest of my life? Oh man, am I really supposed to slam the bombardment here because they can't do anything about it? What are they going to draw? Will it kill me? Will it absolutely kill me? It might. It really might. Content. Okay, guys. You got me. You got me. We do it. We give life gain a chance. 4. Scry. +1/+1 counter from Aspirate is 5. They go for the Innkeeper. Okay. They did keep on top. That makes a treasure and kills a thing. But it's also an instant, so let's do this first. And the card is Play with Fire. One acquired. Can play this next turn. Can play this turn. I could also go... No, I can't go get an untapped land. There's no way to sequence those that way. Okay. There's no discard effect down there, so let them draw and put whatever they're going to do on the stack. Or not. Alright, is it a safekeeping? Let's find out. Valorous Stance. Okay, and we hit Hunt for Specimens. Beautiful. I'm glad they did the stance in response to the 2 damage effect. That doesn't fizzle. Let's dig. Man, getting a free lesson every turn is very fun for me. I don't think I have another basic. Oh, that works. That really works. They're out of here. Ah, creatures, let's go. All right, we proceed. We got the lounge. Ray to hold him off, sweepers for days, a little potential one-shot ramp from the treasure. Everything tying together. Players that still play green, snow-covered forest. Will it be ramp or will it be just mono green? Whoa. Actually doing nothing here. Well, they'll be in big trouble if they don't do something. Okay. So what kind of a hand? Like, what would make you keep such a hand? I mean, I am ready for large green creatures. Let's go. Although the Prismari command, maybe I was supposed to hold that for Chariot. Maybe the answer to the question I was just asking is Chariot. Ah, they're playing around Jwaris. Of course they are. So they get this back as the enchantment, but then they have to sacrifice the enchantment to invoke Despair. Feels good. They also don't have Snakeskin Veil. Feels better. Workshop Warchief Noblitz. Okay. We kill that, they make a Rhino. I guess we'd rather do that at instant speed then. Ren and 7. It's going to be a 6 power critter. We could just make him sacrifice it with Despair.
But we also will not hold back.
How do we kill that? I still think we have to do this. They get a 4/4. Maybe we draw a hazard? Command? That works. Clean it up. Titan of Industry is on the way. It's getting scary. We need bombardment. We have Sunrise. Okay. We can handle Sunrise with Invoke. So, gain 3 life. Make green mana. Draw a card if you have a creature 3 or greater. Okay. Easy. Look at all this black enchantment destruction. Going to work. We'll hold for the big score, although I don't know that Play with Fire is going to find a target. Okay, opponent's a little more resilient than I expected. Multiple Glorious Sunrise. We found a true believer. Do it now in case we find something to deal with this. Like another Invoke Despair. Go blank. Alright. But we're running out of card draw. And Shadow's Verdict and Play with Fire aren't exactly the solutions to a lot of what the opponent can throw at us. Alright, they found a Chariot. They power it up here, they can draw. It's a little risky, but they're gonna do it anyway. Alright, it's coming together. We haven't found bombardment, so we're actually in a lot of trouble. I think we hold this for finding another big score. 2 Invoke Despairs gone. Both Prismari commands gone. 1 big score gone. No bombardments located. This is a blitz? It is. That's really good. I think we just have to take a beating from it. I think we've got to hold the mauling for like the Chariot at some point. Yeah, they're just grinding us to dust here. I thought we had the answers, but we don't have the answers. Okay, game on. They might have the Titan of Industry, which would be very, very bad for us. But Invoke Despair, please. What do we get? What do we get? Mauling. Okay. Rhino down. Yes. Although very risky. Like, they might tighten this, and then we have to just take it instead of play the mauling in response, because we're drawing another. Yeah, here they go. Alright, let's see what they choose. Gotta let it go. And now they have the shield counter. They're pretty smart, aren't they? Okay, can I get Invoke Despair this time? I really need it. It really has to be there this time. We can't mess around. Wait till their turn, maybe they power up Chariot. Because mauling on the Titan doesn't achieve very much. Okay, they gave us a target, which means they probably do power up Chariot. Go for lethal. +1/+1 and trample. All right, Bombardment, hit me. You gotta hit me. Okay. We need a spell on top. I mean, it'll do. Could be worse. Inscription. We go to 1? Yeah, sure. Why not? Big score down there, so we could draw into something. But if we don't use this on their turn, I guess we're at 1, so they could just use the sunrise, right? There's no choice, really. We have to hit some card draw. Okay. It's game, right? So if I had done this on their turn, would I have been able to pull it off? Only if they named something else with Sunrise, because we can use the Play with Fire to remove the shield counter, the Hanger Mauling to remove the Titan, but we're still at 1, and they go +1/+1 with Sunrise, and we lose. Well, there you go. There you go. Disappointment of Arcane Bombardment. It was late to begin with, and it didn't get us back in the game. It just didn't hit the best things it could hit. No red mana. On the draw, this is definitely a trap hand. Just doesn't really do anything. This is better. We can put away one of the lounges because it's too many tap lands. All right. I wonder if I was supposed to play Hazard there, but there still might be a target. Of course, Angel Gamer. New mission, Cast Shadow's Verdict. Why does every land have to be tapped? Get the fumes, try to cut this thing off before it goes too far. Crawling Barrens. You gotta do what you gotta do. Interesting. Feels like a trap. Well, Wandering Emperor, we don't want to run this into that card, so we don't attack first. Hopefully they're just charging the Barons. Okay then. Careful what you wish for. It's mana intensive, but the damage can add up fast. Yada. You got something else? No? What are they chilling on? I don't know. I guess they could have Wandering Emperor, so let's try to kill it now. I know I could Verdict. I know I could also Invoke. I think we just want to wait on those things. Cast Tainted Indulgence. Try to make sure we line up our removal spells to the best of our ability. Playing them too fast, I think, cost me that green match. I think if I had held Invoke Despair for, you know, the second Glorious Sunrise, we'd be better off. This is interesting, though. How do I get through this? We need to be able to kill the 1/1. Spikefield Hazard would do. Another Indulgence that we can cast. Big score. Okay. We need to kill the 1/1 so we can invoke Despair on the Warden. Oh. Oh, that's not it, opponent. That is not it. We lucked out on that one. They were like, there's no way the opponent will kill it. Yeah, we will. We're going to kill it. There's the Rays. In the matchup where we want them, too. It's back. Let's see if they draw a card this time. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Big score. I need a big score. There's a hazard. We already used the fumes, so this doesn't get a solution. So I think I'm double raying this thing. Do we let them untap? I don't know what they could do to stop it, so this is fine. Foretell. Well, Shadow's Verdict is okay against Starnheim Unleashed. Youthful Valkyrie. Do this before they can remove the counter. Get the card and the creature. They still got absurd value out of that card. We're going to try to let Shadow's Verdict mop these up and not just hang on to the Spikefield Hazard. It might have a use in the future. 2 cards left. Do we think the opponent, with me at 17, will go for the Starnheim Unleashed next turn? They certainly don't have to. But I think there's a good enough chance that we try to verdict it out, you know? Okay, Celestis. Once again, Bombardment is choosing to really take its time. A true diva entrance if I have ever seen one. If I'm the opponent, you might just go for the Baron's beatdown. It's a pretty good clock. Okay, they play another Valk. And they left mana up, so this might be a Fira's Retribution? Nope, they would have played it before combat. So why are they leaving that mana open? Why did they, like, tap that way specifically to leave a basic plains open? Just to be lame? Maybe? I mean, I think we have to do this. We're just not getting there. We've got to get there. Okay, extract the truth. Enchantment. I guess we extract the truth. See what's going on. If they're slow rolling another creature, we've got to hit it. Okay, 2 verses. Both of them for Arcane Bombardment. Awesome. Hard mode engaged. I guess Go Blank would go a long way. And how are we going to deal with Crawling Barons? We need to chump block it for the foreseeable future? Yada. They're turning to the Barons. I mean, that one Crawling Barons could definitely cost us. Halfway through the deck. They are tapped out. We could hit Bombardment here. Check for traps. Mauling. All right, well, I need this for Starmheim Unleashed. I need this to trigger bombardment, but I'm just gonna let it go. All right, we haven't cast a spell and it's on night. If we double spell here, we flip, but I don't have a good way to do that. Oh yeah, I do. I can check for traps and maul, but I don't really want to maul the Giada. I want to maul the Barons, so we will chill. Plus, the opponent might just power up Barons and attack, and if they do that, they might flip for us. Okay, now they will not power up Barons, so they must be thinking about Starnheim Unleashed. Okay, dude. That's weird. That's not even a good enough clock to, like, that's a 14-turn clock? That's a really passive play. Unless this is not a Starnheim Unleashed. People put Doomscar in the strangest decks, you know what I mean? All right, working our way through the land. 28 cards left. Okay, the opponent drew 2 straight land. That's really allowed us to get a good foothold in the game. Now they understand that they have to apply more pressure. Yeah, they're really hoping this Barons works out. It's not going to. Okay. Land. We're trying. Okay. That's fine. This is fine. I'll check for traps soon, guys. I'm spinning this Celestis aggressively. There is a card that helps with our Vanishing Verse problem. Opponent found a way to make an angel. A 5/5. And now this is funky, right? Because we're basically trying to wait out this Starnheim, and we don't want to come into play when they could also double strike if we still believe it's a Starnheim Unleashed. It's such a trap to double spell here, too. It's such a trap. But we need to just drag this out as long as we can until we can find a backup sweeper. So let's use the Celestis here and try to find it. Okay, mauling is good. Can maul this angel. Make them have another one. Day, night. Prismari Command. That can kill the Giada. Patience is paying off. I'm told it's a virtue. It's also a win con. To those in the know. The Guardian Savior. Okay. Doesn't get anything back. Just comes out looking strong. So I guess we might have to Verdict it, which means we have to maul the Savior, because Verdict doesn't get rid of the Savior. And this gives double strike next turn. Scary. We just have to keep putting this off. I really believe it's a Starnheim Unleashed. Now, if it turns out I'm completely wrong, it's gonna feel real bad. But we waited out the double strike turn, so these angels at least won't have double strike. We don't have to answer all of them to pull this off. Now would be a good time to draw bombardment. Okay. Gonna give up on check. We might need the mana. We might have to dig for an answer here if this is a Starnheim. Every land could count. Alright, it's not a Starnheim. It's not. There's no way they would hold there, right? In the meantime, do we run Arcane Bombardment in this deck? Is this... Am I running a meme? What's going on here? Oh my goodness. Win cons. Dude, is the Celestis not an amazing Magic card, though? Are you not entertained? How about Invoke Despair? Is that in our deck? 3 bombardments, 2 Invoke Despair, bottom 5 cards. Let's go. Alright, we found one. Here's the thing. Did our opponent redraw 2 straight Vanishing Verses? We're gonna find out. I think they're gonna try to zap that right away. We make plays in response. Mm-hmm. Play with fire. Always the heavy hitters for this guy. Okay. Invoke Despair. We're gonna burn them out. We got 10 cards. We can do it. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. Uh-oh. Are they gonna gain life? I guess they're at 14, so I still have more work to do. Mauling. Get max burn from this. Six cards left. Are you guys excited? I know you are. Are you a Haunting Voyage type? Is that what you are? Yada. Alright. We untap. There is a lot of open mana over there. The odds of the opponent actually having drawn the 4th Vanishing Verse in their top 35 with no scrying, no assistance for their deck is incredibly low. So they definitely have it. Because we know this shuffler is fine. And here we go. Actually, I don't want to draw that many cards, do I? It's a little bit risky at this point. Invoke Despair. Get him. Alright, 3 cards left. 3 life. We do this now. Take no risk. Maestro's Charm. Woo, that was close. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and let's check out the stats powered by MTG Assistant. Download link in description. Thank you for sponsoring my channel. Here we go. Invoke Bombardment. 9 wins, 2 losses. So it is putting up the numbers for me in Mythic at the moment. We have an interesting split between on the play, on the draw. We have a number of interesting matchups. See what's missing there? I haven't queued against mono white a single time with this deck, and I actually think this deck would hold its own. It does have 5 very powerful sweepers. It has a load of removal. Of course, any deck is capable of drawing the wrong side of the deck against mono white, but having not played it at all is very strange to me, and we've played a wide variety of other piles in Mythic, and maybe it's kind of the matchmaker thing. Maybe they don't know what to do with Arcane Bombardment decks. It seems to me like I queue against other Arcane Bombardment decks way more than I expected to, but I do strongly recommend the deck, at least for now, until results change, because for one thing, it's very resilient. It can answer just about every type of permanent that the opponent can throw at you with main deck removal for enchantments and artifacts, planeswalkers, and creatures. And number 2, Arcane Bombardment's really fun. It's very satisfying, and the longer the opponent lets you pop off and do the thing, the better you kind of feel. And it just, I don't know, it rubs a lot of people the right way. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. I expect a lot more Arcane Bombardment over the summer because we've got a long time before the standard meta changes. And if you need a little bit of a hit of, I guess, Arcane Bombardment dopamine, here's a good pile for it. I'm sure there will be others that we're going to make as well. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe. You're cool.